Welcome to Going Beyond, and thank you so much for joining us. You know, there are some very wonderful people in this world around us, and I consider it a great privilege to be joined by someone whom I've been reading about and who is quite spectacular. Sarah Benjamin Cherian, a cancer survivor, and has not given up. In fact, what she has decided to do is to make something of herself by a foundation, and a very interesting one at that. And I'm going to ask Sarah to tell me all about it. Sarah, thank you so much for joining me here today. I know you've come from a very long way for this interview. But let me ask you first, the foundation itself, what inspired you to actually do that?
First, thank you for having me here.
It's my pleasure.
And the foundation was started by my family in the year 2004.
Okay.
This was started to provide, to take care of the basic needs of the people. And we have three verticals. One is education, the second one is basic healthcare, and the third one being community service. Under education, we support 130 panchayat schools. We provide them with smart classrooms, good drinking water, and infrastructure facilities. Under the second vertical, which is the basic healthcare, we conduct healthcare camps in and around the city of Chennai, provide them a good screening in various things such as cardiac, gynecological problems, diabetes, and so on. And one of the signature initiatives of basic healthcare is 𝗕𝗺𝗃 Confidence, wherein we empower every man, woman, and child with a wig to overcome the stigma of hair loss due to cancer treatment.
And gift confidence.
Yes.
That seems to be your motto, right?
Yes.
Okay. Does it work well?
Very well.
Tell me.
I feel like for a few who are privileged and they have access to wigs, and they know what it is to wear a wig and why they need to wear a wig, and because hair is an integral part of a woman's life, and when she loses it, it's a severe blow to her confidence, to her morale, and so every woman, they would want to recreate themselves when they
want to look better, obviously. It's a natural feeling.
They would want to look confident. When you are confident, then you are at your best. Your mood improves, your mental health improves. But for a large majority of them, when they are disadvantaged and underprivileged, this becomes a luxury. And as you are aware, and I'm not sure if many of them are aware, wigs are a very expensive product.
Is that the case?
Yes. A commercial cost of a wig, which is about a shoulder length, would be 25,000 upwards.
As much as that, Sarah? As much as that?
Yes.
So what do you do then? You collect the hair and you make it into a wig and then you give it away, or what? How does it work for you?
So what happened was in 2014, we started in a very small way with Adyar Cancer Institute.
Mm-hmm.
And this initiative, we came upon this initiative through WCC, Women's Christian College, and they wanted to do a hair donation drive and wanted to be able to convert this into wigs. We have always wanted to do something for the cancer patients because we had lost my grandmom to ovarian cancer. And when we came upon this opportunity, we were thrilled because as a family, we are from the human hair industry and we have over 50 years of experience. And but we also knew the Indians were not very receptive, or wigs were a very much lesser known product that they could use in order and benefit from it. So when we realized that there was an opportunity, we were so happy to come on board. And we made about 21 wigs for these hospitals, and we continue to do so until about 2017.
There must be a great deal of satisfaction when you actually see someone who's getting a wig and putting it on and admiring themselves in the mirror. Must be a lovely feeling, Sarah.
Absolutely. In fact, I had recently been to Gujarat Cancer Research Institute, and there is a video of a woman who just couldn't take her eyes off the mirror. And And her husband said, this is the first time in so many months that I've seen my wife happy. I've actually seen her smile. And she was so happy that, she just completely lost track that she was in front of an audience.
Oh,
and
lovely.
she was just completely immersed in that experience and enjoying it. And I think that these are stories that, keep me going
of course, I'm sure
taking this campaign forward.
They must be such a wonderful feeling to be actually doing something like this.
Yes.
Tell me something. When you actually make a wig and then you donate it, so people don't actually pay for it, or how does that work, Sarah?
The basic cost of making a wig, that is, would be about 8,900 rupees.
As much as that?
Yes, the basic cost of making, of which the foundation has a commitment to pay like 3,000 for every wig that goes out. That's the commitment from the foundation that, they would bear a part of the cost. And 5,900 rupees is sponsored by an individual. It could be a corporate, it could be a philanthropist, it could be anybody. So we match the donation, and then we provide this wig free of cost to the cancer patient.
So from your experience, tell me, do you find that people are coming forward saying, well, we'll put this amount towards the wig? Is that actually happening, or do you have to actually canvas for this kind of thing?
When Adyar Cancer Institute came out with a clinical study saying that, where they had conducted this study on about 100 patients, wherein 50 of them were provided wigs, 50 were not provided wigs, and the ones who were provided wigs responded far better to treatment versus the ones that were not provided. So this gave us the confidence to take this initiative. Why not we replicate this model? And in 2018, we went pan-India and we replicated this model we are now present in 25 hospitals across the nation. And this wouldn't have been possible if people didn't believe in it. If people didn't think that this was making a difference. I feel that is our success.
Right.
That is our success story.
So tell me, over the years, how many people would your organization have actually given wigs to, have brought happiness in a way, have brought confidence in a way to people's lives?
So we have provided about 3,000 wigs so far. And out of these 3,000 wigs, every wig that is donated, it can be used, refurbished, resanitized, and used up to 4 times. So one wig can be used by average of 4 patients. So these 3,000 wigs can be used by about 12,000 patients. And in the year 2023, we made a very bold commitment to provide 10,000 wigs by the year 2033.
That's a lot of wigs.
That's about 1,000 wigs a year.
Right. So you actually collect the hair from the hospitals or from wherever there is access. Is that how it works for you? Is that what you are actually doing?
So when we decided to go take it pan-India, and initially it was WCC that was helping us with the hair donation drives and all of that. And then we realized that when we were getting calls from different hospitals and patients, would you be able to provide these wigs and whatever? We were like, racking our brains. How can we take this forward in a much bigger scale? How do we scale this project? And I started talking at schools, institutions, corporate houses, organizations. I've spoken in Tamil Nadu, in Andhra, in Karnataka, in Gujarat, in Delhi. So I've spoken in many places. And we realized that we needed to do an integrated approach to this problem. One would be to spread awareness. The second would be to conduct hair donation drives. And then the hair that's collected would be sent to one of our sister group concerns, to be processed, and then it is made into wigs and given to the cancer patients.
Right. What about in temples where people, shave their heads? And is that also a source for you or your organization to actually collect the hair and then do things with it?
Initially, when we started out, I'm sure you're all aware of Tirupati and
Yes.
people going to donate hair at Tirupati. And we had approached the temple if they would share a part of their hair donation with us in order to make wigs for cancer patients. But they were not very receptive with the idea.
Very interesting. I wonder why.
Yes. And because I think it is sold at auction and it helps bring in money, and maybe their focus was some other charitable initiative through that, and maybe this was not the focus for them. But when we approach the general public and through talks and awareness, that was astounding to realize that, you know, people were happy to donate their hair to the foundation and for this cause rather than give it to the temple. And I have had so many letters come in along with the foundation saying that we believe that this hair would go to make someone happy. And I feel that is a shift in the perception of the people.
So what I would like to know is that here is this lady who needs a wig and she comes along to your organization saying that, yes, I need it. Would you give her an option if she wants a short hair or a long hair, or what kind of wig would you actually suggest that she takes or she has?
Normally what happens is if a patient were to request us for a wig, we always direct them to the hospital to be able to go and try on, because we are present in about 25 hospitals. And when we donate the wigs to the hospital, we give them an assortment of wigs. So in varied lengths, in varied texture.
Really?
Yes, and in varied sizes, because one size doesn't fit all, one look doesn't fit all.
Yes, exactly.
I feel like Indian women have straight hair, they have long hair, they have short hair, they have curly hair, wavy hair. I think
true.
Endless options.
Yes.
So we always give them a basket, which is an assortment of wigs, and they can choose whatever best fits them and suits them, and you know, go with it.
I mean, I can't believe what a wonderful feeling this must be, Sarah. Even as I hear you tell me about it, I really think it's quite incredible. What about men? Do men actually go for wigs or not at all?
Yes, men also go for wigs, but the majority of our recipients are of marriageable age.
Okay.
So it's only when they're of marriageable age it really hits them. And so we do provide wigs to men as well, and they are usually of that marriageable age.
What about in the rural areas? Do you find that you're actually doing this kind of wonderful work out there in the rural districts as well?
So we work with premier hospitals.
Okay.
And wherein a large major portion of our treatment is for disadvantaged cancer patients. We are not tied up with commercial hospitals or well-known hospitals. We are tied up with premier hospitals like Adyar Cancer Institute, AIIMS Delhi, Tata Memorial Hospitals, and they take these. So when the patients come to these hospitals, they can avail the wigs from there. And usually the patients who come to these hospitals are from nearby, or like they're from the villages, they're from the towns, and they come there for their treatment. They may not get that same treatment in their villages, so they will have to come here to these premier hospitals for good care and treatment.
Right. Tell me something. When and how did this particular idea settle in your brain, really, that this is something I think I would like to do? Were you involved yourself, or is that the reason, or what prompted you?
It was my brother, George Cherian, who had started this initiative, 𝗥𝗲𝗄𝗃 Confident. And then from 2 years from then on, I had started taking interest in this initiative, and because Adyar had come out with a study wherein, they had conducted a study on 100 patients, wherein 50 of them wearing wigs responded very well to treatment.
Really?
And this gave us the confidence that we were on the right track. And from then on, there was no looking back. And I felt like, why do we have to just provide to one hospital? There are so many cancer patients across India. We need to take this initiative across Pan India to as many hospitals as possible and to as many cancer patients as possible. And what we did was in 2018, we launched the Pan India initiative from 𝗏𝗂𝗳𝗏 College. And
Bangalore.
yes, and from Mount Carmel. And we had an astounding reception, and it was well received in the papers. And then soon after that was COVID, so 2 years was a bit of a lull because with the hospitals, and they were dealing with problems of a very global magnitude.
Right.
And soon after that settled down, we got back on our tracks and started propagating the wigs, and it has caught on so well with all these hospitals. And now we're looking at running not just a one-time donation of wigs. We are looking at running a sustainable program. So we have provided a wig bank in all these premier hospitals. We are looking at replenishing this wig bank every year or at least once in 6 months. We are receptive to understanding what the patient requires and how we can improve our what we provide, how we can expand these operations. And we firmly believe that most of these hospitals have a psycho-oncology department where then they provide orientation to the patients. They have counseled that this is a great alternative. And in some of the smaller hospitals where they do not have a psycho-oncology department, it is the medical oncologist who provides them, or the radiation oncologist that provides them this counseling. But in order to bridge this gap, we have teamed with an organization called Doctors for You, who have their presence in many of these hospitals to act as the bridge, where the psycho-oncology departments are not there. So they orient the students, and we continue to maintain a wig bank at these hospitals as well.
But going forward, Sarah, how do you view your whole project? Getting bigger, getting better, getting more and more all over the country. Do you think that that's going to actually happen for you?
I think so. I firmly believe in it because when I look back, and my only hair, the hair donations that we received were only from a single college. Now we have about so many colleges and schools coming forward, and the students who are the heartbeat of this foundation coming forward to donate their hair. And I received hair donations from across India. We receive about 400 to 500 hair donations directly to the foundation. And not just from India. I also receive hair donations from UK, from the US, from Australia, and from different parts of the world.
Amazing.
And we have got a special duty exemption for this hair donation to reach the foundation and to be able to be used in this process of making these wigs.
I want to ask you one thing. When a patient comes in and is actually offered a wig by the hospital or by the doctor, whoever it is there any reluctance on their part to actually accept this, without actually paying for it? Or do they sometimes say, well, I'd like to pay a little bit for this? Does it work like that?
I think in a vast majority of the cases, they don't know there is an option like this.
Really?
Yes, they don't know. Most patients are not even aware. So when, this product is presented to them, they are intrigued by it. They want to try it on. They want to see how it makes a difference. They want to look at the mirror, and very often I hear them saying that, I didn't know that something like this was available. They are very familiar with the concept of braiding their hair with a chauri or a juttu or whatever, but they're not familiar with the concept of a wig. And so when they see this handcrafted wig with a middle partition and wedge scalp-like appearance and the hair finally growing from that, and it mimics a scalp. So they're very, very they love that. I think that is one of the key features that they love in the wig.
I feel just happy thinking about the feeling that must go through a patient when they're getting something. What about the families? Do you find that the family also comes with the patient, and therefore it's a kind of it's a celebration, as it were?
Absolutely. Because, when cancer affects a woman, it affects her entire family. Like, it sucks the joy out of the family. And I feel just not the patient, even the family requires counseling. And when the patient is happy and smiling, it not just improves the morale and confidence of the patient, it improves the morale and confidence of the family.
Right.
And how they approach the problem.
Right. You obviously have an outstanding family to have actually set up, this trust and be doing so much. Out of all the 3 verticals you've talked to me about, which would you think is the one that has been the most wonderful for you as a family to do?
I think each one of my family member focuses on the different verticals.
Oh, really?
And my brother focuses on education, and my mother focuses on charity bazaar, wherein she believes in gently used clothes or books or anything, rather than going to the landfill to be able to provide a home for it, find someone who's happy to use it, and rather than it going into the landfill. So there are several things that, our family members, each one of them handles. And my favorite has always been 𝗕𝗺𝗃 confidence. And because I like interacting with students, I like interacting with young people. I feel they have an energy, they are willing,
Yes.
they're very receptive to listening, their mind is not closed, and they're incredibly generous.
Generous, did you say?
Yes, they're incredibly generous, and I love interacting with them. I have been associated with this initiative since 2016, and furthermore, my tryst with cancer has only strengthened my resolve to helping as many cancer patients as possible.
You have 2 daughters.
Yes.
And are they involved in any way with what you are doing?
Yes, my older one is in grade 11 and my younger one is in grade 6, and they both study in Shishya school, and they're very, 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 very involved. In fact, my older child Kinara has already started speaking and addressing gatherings, and we've had a few stories put on our Instagram page wherein people have been happy to have heard her talk and donate their hair. So we've run a few stories on that. My younger one is also, she is in fact donating her hair for the 2nd time. She's grown her hair and it's almost till her waist.
Oh,
and
it must be beautiful.
Yes, and she's donating her hair. My older one has curly hair and my younger one has silky hair, and they're both donating it for the 2nd time.
Really?
So I believe charity begins at home, and they need to walk their talk.
Indeed. Now, when your family first started this entire, trust that you're talking about, was it something that everybody sort of got together and said, yes, this is the way for us to go forward. I'll do this, you'll do this. We'll sort of share our workload, as it were. Was the whole family totally receptive to the ideas itself?
Yes, when we started it in 2004, it was started by my dad. We were already as a family involved in several organizations.
Okay.
In Rotary, in Roundtable, and I have served on the board of the YWCA. I've served as an advisor on the Ladies Circle, which is the ladies wing of the Roundtable. And when this concept or this idea of starting a foundation, we realized that we were already very involved, and what better way than we can channel our efforts and our ideas into things that really matter to us the most. And so I thought this was a great initiative that was started by my father, and we were very happy to hop on board.
What made your dad start it? Any idea? You must have discussed it as a family.
Yes. as a family, we've already involved with so many
Yes.
things. And so when my dad started it, my brother completely supported the idea of having a foundation to do all the activities that we had always dreamt of. And this gave us the freedom, this gave us the liberty to focus on specific things that matter to us the most. And I think everyone else was equally involved and invested. So I think it came very naturally to us.
Right. Now tell me, Sarah, you go around the country, as you mentioned, talking and speaking about the work that you're doing. Is there any one area of our huge country where the focus is very much onto this? Is there the most focus in any one particular state? Have you found that?
I feel like my heart still goes out to, although I'm from Tamil Nadu, and we had launched this project in 2018 from Mount Carmel College.
Okay.
And the students there were very, very receptive. We had over 2,000 students attend the launch.
That's a lot.
And we had an overwhelming response, so much so that the principal had to keep the doors open until the hair donation drive. And she was very, very generous about it.
So did the students actually go there and cut their hair and then give their hair? Is that the way it went?
So soon after the talk, we had a hair donation drive, and this was supported by Green Trends at that point. And we had the hair donation drive open, and it went on for a few hours. And there are so many students who had, around 400 students who had come forward to donate their hair. So it was an astounding response.
Yes. It's very remarkable to hear that there are young women and young men as well, I'm sure, who are actually wanting to help, wanting to do something, wanting to reach out to other people. That must have been an eye-opener.
Yes, the schools are very open.
Yes.
The colleges are very open. They're not only open to providing hair donation. We have off late we've started a crowdfunding campaign, and I must mention that Shishya School has come forward. We had a successful crowdfunding campaign at Shishya School, and the other school was the Chennai Public School. We have the Bangalore, the Canadian International School from Bangalore, who had taken part in the crowdfunding initiative. So over the years, they have been our donors who have been donating their hair. And now they believe so much in that cause that they've taken it a step forward, and they're helping us with the crowdfunding initiative and bringing in the money to help sponsor these wigs. And I'm also seeing an increasing trend in men wanting to contribute. We have a beautiful story of a father and a son who grew. And the father donated his hair and the son donated his hair. And in 2023, when we had our annual meet, the father and the son spoke at the gathering. So I feel men are so sensitive these days, and they're happy to help, by growing their hair. I think that shift is amazing.
Yes, I'm sure it's very...
And it sensitizes a man.
It's very surprising, isn't it? Because, of course, there are men in a family and there are women as well. There are ladies as well in a family. So it works both ways, right?
Yes. So when I spoke in 2014 and 2016, it was like when I would address a co-ed college, I would tell them, it would be great if you could donate your hair. And I would tell the boys, I'm sure you're wondering like what you're doing here, sitting here and doing it. This doesn't apply to me. How can I contribute? I would always tell them, you can always take this information and talk about it to your mom, to your sister, to your cousins.
Absolutely.
And you can always carry this information. You can be a catalyst.
A catalyst, absolutely.
You can always be a catalyst. And 5 years from then, and in 2018, 2019, I see so many men and boys coming forward too. In fact, in the school that my daughter's studying in, the principal had given them special permission to grow their hair. And we saw 2 boys. Right now there are about 15 boys growing their hair in that school.
It's quite amazing.
Yes.
Sarah, it's been just so marvelous for me to talk to you, because I can't think of anything that you could be doing better to help people, not just underprivileged, but just to feel good. I think it's just that feel-good factor. I've been absolutely delighted to talk with you, and I want to thank you so much for coming.
Yes.
May your work increase, and it may just get better and better and better. And for so many people out there, this is just such wonderful stuff. And as I started by saying that there are lots of really wonderful people in this world, I'm privileged to have one of these very special people here in my studio. So until the next time, don't forget to join me again on Going Beyond. You take care. Bye for now.